Hey guys, we are back again with Kickin Cancer Cares on KSLM Radio. Our sponsor for the second half is Vente's Cafe, which is absolutely amazing as well. So I went there last week.
Yeah.
And I got the nacho bowl with the spicy jackfruit. And so it's
a nacho bowl.
It was just, I don't know why it's called a nacho bowl.
It's nachos.
It was just it was just a nacho.
Okay.
And I got the half order, and I did the options for meat was the spicy jackfruit, the vegan chorizo, or the Cajun tempeh.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I said that right. And so I chose the spicy jackfruit because I haven't had it yet. And it was so stinking good. It tasted just like a meat, like a kind of like a cross between a pulled pork and a pulled chicken flavor. It was phenomenal. And I'm a really big cheese person. I love all kinds of cheese. I do not like vegan cheese, though, or anything like that. I think that's just weird. But they offered it with a vegan cheese. And I was like, sure, let's try it because I've been impressed with so much from there.
Right.
It was delicious.
So you were impressed with the vegan cheese?
It was normal cheese. It was so good. It was amazing. And then the spicy jackfruit, I just... That's odd to me that something can taste so delicious and be so healthy like that.
Yeah.
So I was a huge fan.
Well, and I remember when we went into Vente's, and we were actually in their kitchen watching them cook, and he was talking about jackfruit.
Yeah.
And how it really doesn't have a flavor. It takes on the flavor of what it's with.
Yeah.
And so they were able to use it to create very healthy vegan options of what you think is meat.
Yeah. So I had what looked like a pulled chicken, pulled pork nacho with this vegan fondue sauce. It was amazing. It was so good.
You were
and
very
then
impressed.
I was. And then I had a side of my sweet potato fries with the crunchy roasted crunchy coconut on top with the drizzle of honey and their house-made sauce. Okay. Vente's.
Always your favorite.
You're making me hungry. I fast, so I'm not going to eat till 1. That's still, an hour and a half away.
Well, he's either going to Vente's or he's going to Ivo's.
Yeah.
One or the
Both
other.
are phenomenal.
I might go to both.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do all the time.
Well, I wanted to touch, we talked a lot about plants and how we can genetically modify plants, and is that good or is that bad? I don't think we came to a consensus whether it's good or bad either way.
Right.
But I think the other big topic is meat, specifically beef.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, going back to the book, she says that you'll find that this most controversial advice is not always supported by science. She references in here, your brain thrives on a good quality protein sources. It needs proteins for neurotransmitter activity, since many of your internal chemical messages consist of amino acids, amino acid derivatives, and small proteins that are built from amino acids, such as peptides. So we need all that stuff for our brain to be functioning effectively.
Right.
But I think the question came up by you, can meat be genetically modified?
Yeah.
And I think Mike has found something on that.
Well, the little
maybe.
information I found, it says there's not a lot of livestock that has been. The most common one probably is the farmed salmon. Okay. But it does say that more than 2/3 of genetically modified corn and over half of the genetically modified soybeans are used for livestock.
Okay.
So that's what they're eating.
Oh,
Yeah.
which is what we're eating.
Well, yeah.
You are what you eat.
You are what you eat.
Kind of passes through, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
It sure does.
So if the cattle are eating genetically modified corn,
Then you're eating genetically modified cattle.
Yeah.
To some degree.
right.
some degree.
To some degree, yes.
the muscles inside the cows are getting genetically modified corn in the process.
Which, who really knows what that means? It could mean that it was chemically modified or just the DNA to help it. It's all very different
Yeah.
and unique. So it's hard to really put your thumb on if that's good or bad.
Sure. Again,
It really is.
It's that double-edged sword thing.
Yeah.
Well, and these amino acids that she's referring to, they control our adrenaline, they control our neuroadrenaline and our dopamine. All of those are designed to create the pleasure centers of your brain. So are you getting good amino acids from your meat? That's the big question.
Right.
And where's the meat getting its sourced from.
Right.
You know.
A little off topic on that, but still regarding meat. I have read that in okay, so you've seen humanely raised, which really means humanely killed.
Oh, okay.
Animals, for your meat sources.
Yeah.
Versus the conventionally raised.
Yeah.
And there's evidence that the conventionally raised see their brethren, if you will, what's happening to them ahead of them in the slaughter line.
Right.
And it builds up a lot of cortisol in their bodies because they're scared.
Right.
And where I guess humanely raised, which again, humanely killed, I'm not being PC about it, just more scientific than anything.
It is what it is.
I think, is that that you won't have as high of a cortisol level in those animals.
Okay.
And that, apparently the stress hormone released in those animals before they're killed can result in deleterious results in us.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Okay.
Again, another rabbit hole to go down.
Right,
but,
right.
But if you think about, any creature, if you're watching something that's the same as you being killed, it's got to trigger something inside of them to increase their cortisol.
How could it not?
Right? Yeah. Years ago, I had a chance to actually tour a butcher house.
Oh.
And I'll tell you that when it comes to humanely raised, or as you said, humanely killed, I was very surprised. I'd never actually seen the process. Yeah, you go buy a steak. How did it get to that place? You don't know. But the cows come into a trough area, or they're funneled in there, and it's a really quick shot to the head, and they're dead.
Like a gunshot?
It's not a gun, but it's like a long needle, I guess, that goes straight into their head.
Okay.
But they're dead immediately. It's just they drop immediately.
Okay.
And so there's no time for anything to go quickly into the blood.
Okay, yeah.
But if another animal was watching that happen, I could see where they'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
So that's all part of that process. And you need to be aware of what you're reading on the labels when it comes to humanely raised.
Yeah. So then that leads me to what's in that shot, and does it go in?
It's just like a little prong thing.
It's like a prong.
Oh, okay. There's no chemicals.
It's not,
No.
I don't think it's a chemical. It's a trauma.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
Yeah.
it's a liquid. I'm like, so then what's in that?
Let's not start any other rumors.
It's like you said, it's like a prong. It's like
Okay.
a prong.
Okay.
And they know exactly where to put it on the head. They know
To
exactly
immediately.
drop the animal.
Okay.
Right. We all would like to go, well, what's going on with those animals? How can we be nicer to them? And at the same time, we all want our hamburger for our hamburgers, and we want our
Right.
steaks. So there's got to be a fine line there about how these animals are being treated
Yeah.
in that process, which applies to chickens. Ashley, you were saying before we started recording that there are chickens out there that they're just plumped right up. Mm-hmm. Well, how do they do that? They give them as much food as they can, as fast as they can, in a confined space, and then they take them to harvest. Or steroids. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've industrialized these animals so that we can get the food faster.
And
And-
make sure there's lots of meat on them at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
See,
they
I
even have legs, or are they just kind of blobs?
Well, it just shows there's footage of the chickens, and these ones aren't where they're open in the grass. This is like just a chicken
Small
cut
area.
thing,
Mhm.
But they're so fat that their legs have given out and they cannot even stand up.
I like
oh
veal.
wow.
So they can't even stand up.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, have they
Yeah.
genetically modified chickens to not have feathers yet?
Not
I've
yet.
seen
Okay.
them. I've seen
Oh,
them.
have you?
Oh Lord.
Have you?
It's kind of a joke, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
I've seen that.
surprised.
I
Franken
watch a lot of
chickens.
stuff. Yeah.
That's crazy that they would have chickens
Okay.
with feathers on
Yeah.
them.
Well, I
See-
saw a thing of eggs yesterday, and it said regenerative. They were pasture-raised organic eggs, great, but regenerative. I thought, what is a regenerative egg?
That's a good
Anybody
question.
know?
No, you didn't look it up?
Regenerative.
No, I didn't have time.
Oh Lord.
Now,
You can't
now
hit-
I will.
You can't hit us with that. You don't have an answer.
Oh,
What is a regenerative
Sorry for the
egg?
tease.
What exactly is a regenerative egg?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know that I've wanted to do like a little mini farm for so long, but actually raising a cow and like being its friend,
That's a lot of work.
and then a chicken, like I think that would strictly be for milk and eggs. Like there's no way I could actually
Kill a chicken for fried chicken? For
No,
dinner?
no. Like, oh, that's Frank. Thanks, Frank. We
It's a lot
appreciate-
harder to raise the animal.
I am too emotionally involved with things that it's just not a. There, I just couldn't.
You would have to actually separate yourselves going, the purpose for this is to take it to.
And I couldn't. They'd all have names. They'd all get like it just. There'd be too much time invested into it. Just like my pets, like my dogs and stuff.
You wouldn't be a very good cattle farmer.
I would be terrible.
I know somebody. I can't give any names or any information other than the generalities. That he started a little hobby farm, and in order to get the tax break, had to have livestock. So he had goats, but he ended up liking the goats.
Yeah.
So he couldn't kill them.
Right.
So he ended up keeping the goats as pets. I think maybe getting milk. I'm not sure. But doing
Just let them live out their life
else,
till they die.
something else on the property.
Yeah. My husband, I told him if I would get goats to do like soap, because we use goat soap.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I could find ways to utilize them, but not kill them.
You just let them live till they die.
I just wish they wouldn't jump on my truck whenever I go to somebody's property with goats. They always do. They jump on my truck, or they jump,
They're
They're
like
little mini
climbing stuff.
lawnmowers, aren't they,
They
though?
like climbing stuff.
Yes.
They do take good care of your grass, when as opposed to just mowing it all out.
Yeah.
Get rid of your blackberries. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
My mom actually took care of 2 goats for someone, but they were actually trying to fatten the goats up. And I was trying to tell her, like, don't make besties with them. You don't know what's going to happen. Well,
Right.
They came and got the goats.
Oh,
after they
no.
trimmed the whole lawn, and she got a picture of somebody holding a plate of tacos out.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh. Goat
She
tacos?
got
Is
to
that,
get attached.
I didn't know that you could really do goat meat. Is that a thing?
It is.
It is a thing.
Interesting.
I've had goat ice cream.
Goat ice
took
cream.
it
Goat soap.
From the I do goat soap.
Yeah.
I love goat soap.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
good stuff.
amazing.
Well, and we're used to so many things being from a cow when it comes to like ice
Yes.
cream.
Yeah.
We're just not used to goat ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But it could easily be done.
Yes, because there's goat
Camel
cheese.
milk.
Yeah.
Have you heard
And
of
goat
camel
milk?
milk?
No.
Heard of it.
Camel milk.
Caramels. Yeah.
Milk from a camel.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
so we're into all kinds of animal stuff now.
Yeah. Rabbit hole.
Seriously.
It's not a bad rabbit hole to go down though.
My friend's raising rabbits right now to use as dog food and leaner meat for humans. Who knew? Right
What
now.
are they doing?
She's raising rabbits, and it's a quick turnaround because they're only pregnant for 30 days.
Okay.
And then I guess she just told me this all yesterday. And then she keeps them at 10 weeks old. Then you kill them.
Humanely kill the rabbit?
Humanely kill them.
Okay.
And then you use the meat because that's when they get to full size, I guess. And then it's really good meat for dogs because it's so lean. And then also humans as well, with
Yeah.
it being lean as well. I'm not sure I've ever heard of rabbit meat for humans,
Well, you
but
won't get any
Oh, yeah, I've had
GMOs
it.
with those guys.
right? Nope, no GMOs. Maybe.
Have you had rabbit meat before?
No,
I
That's not-
have.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, stayed on a farm, and we had to kill the rabbit. Kill the rabbit.
That's
We Elmer footed
terrible.
them. Sorry.
Is coming to terms that
And
you
was
have
it
to kill the
decent?
animal.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make
it
sure to
wasn't
have
like
a sharp
chewy.
hatchet.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah,
All right.
I think you make a good point.
That's the hardest thing.
It's coming to grips.
terms with that. They're alive to feed us.
Yes.
You know, but you
Yes.
build a relationship with it because you think, oh, that's my pet.
Mm-hmm.
But you also got to feed yourself.
Yes. Man. Okay.
Well, and Dr. Leaf mentioned the fact that our obsession with muscle meat is actually a really recent phenomenon. For the longest time, that's the stuff you would give to your dogs is the muscle meat, the sirloins and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
They would eat the other parts, which is the parts that we don't eat anymore.
Interesting. So it's totally flipped.
Totally flipped.
Kind of like milk.
You go back to
Okay.
pioneer time, and it was the liver, and it was the heart, and it was the eyes, and it was all those parts of the animal that were more desired to be eaten. I know, right? I don't like that.
More nutrients.
Yeah.
But that's where the densest nutrients. That's where the densest proteins were
That's
at.
terrible.
Yeah, and they didn't really think that the muscle part was worth its time, so they just
Yeah.
ate that part of it.
All
Yeah.
the other countries eating insects and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah. No way.
Well, and you hear about the saturated fats being so bad and blah blah blah. And that is so. I read an interesting article called "The Skinny on Fats" a long time ago, and one of the things that they brought up was that in Alaska, Eskimos or Inuits, whatever the proper term is, ate lots of fish and had almost no vegetables, and they would cook with whale lard, blubber, right? Tons of saturated fats, but lots of omega acids, and that they had extremely low incidences of degenerative diseases.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know how that's changed over modern times.
Right.
But most of those indigenous tribes of Alaska, they don't have access to fruits and vegetables.
No.
It's frozen tundra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
So,
they don't.
Like you're saying, they were eating completely different types of food and yet living very healthy lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But guarantee the stuff they were eating was the good food to get in them.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Probably wasn't GMO.
I was just going to say, but I didn't want
Probably
to go
not
there.
GMO at all.
And that opens the doorways to other countries that are eating a lot more healthier than we are, with no GMOs.
Right.
No chemicals added to their foods. And that's very interesting.
Well, ours
It
is ours is so Madison Avenue driven, advertising and profits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with profits. I'm a capitalist. Again, not at the expense of our health.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a very interesting statement, Mike, because we are a very Madison Avenue-driven society. It's the stuff that we can advertise, the stuff we can make profit off from, whereas in some countries, just what can you eat
Right.
Yeah.
and what's the
That's
best
all.
stuff to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That is their medicine.
that is their medicine.
Mm-hmm.
The other things that are going on with a lot of our animals is these contained animal feeding operations, just to get them fattened up as fast as possible and then off to harvest as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that be aware of what you're consuming and how is it getting to you.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember in our earlier show days, we did a whole episode on how cows and beef were pumped full of antibiotics
Yeah.
from the beginning so that they wouldn't get sick. So to prevent them from getting sick and having to treat it and all of that, they just shove them full of antibiotics just to keep them going, and just their living conditions. And we did a whole
show on that one.
We did, and I remember it was not good.
Well,
it was eye-opening.
And I think that plays into what we can see with our society now too, because Mike and I are a little bit older, but I remember a little bit older.
Backhand.
But I just think about when I was younger, people are bigger now, structurally bigger now than they were before.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. But if the food you're eating, if the cows you're eating are being pumped full of hormones to fatten them up, then that's then coming into you as well.
Yeah.
Is it through the milk? Is it through the cheese? Is it through the meat? We don't know.
Right.
But why are we a bigger society than we used to be?
Yeah.
All plays in there together on that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And how do the antibiotics that are pumped into the animals affect you? We hear about, if you take antibiotics, take the whole regimen, don't stop early, right?
Right.
Or it's going to leave the strongest of what it's trying to kill alive, and then they'll get stronger and stronger and stronger. So is that partially what's happening with our? It seems like a very decreased immune systems across
Yes.
our populations in this country, because those antibiotics are not enough to kill anything, but we're getting them in our bodies, right?
Yeah.
Especially kids.
Yeah.
And so it's just allowing more vigilant strains of bad guys
Yeah.
to proliferate in our systems.
Yeah. I would agree.
I don't know.
It's a vicious cycle that's being created.
It is, and it seems never ending.
It does seem never ending. And it's a cycle that's going to be a hard cycle to stop. I think it's a
Yes.
big key. But awareness is obviously a big part of what we can do to try to slow that thing down.
Exactly. Being aware of what's in the meat, what's in the food that we intake, and what we're putting in our body and why.
Yep. I wanted to read you one section on the fats because we brought that up a little bit ago.
Yeah.
It says that your brain is around 60% fat.
Oh, wow.
Our brains are. Without fat in your diet, you cannot think or build memory correctly. Fats come in several different forms: saturated fats, monounsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, trans fats, all words you've probably heard.
Yeah.
But what do they mean? What do
Right.
those terms mean, right? So saturated fats have no double bonds in terms of their chemical makeup and are found in predominantly animal products and tropical oils, such as coconut and palm oil.
Okay.
Okay. Monounsaturated fats, which consist of one double bond, are found in nuts, seeds, olive oil, and avocados, for example. Polyunsaturated fats have two double bonds and can be found in animal products, nuts, seeds, and many different kinds of oils. Trans fats or hydrogenated fats are mainly found in highly processed and refined foods such as margarine, fast food, and heating oils. And those trans fats, those hydrogenated fats, those are the ones that are less beneficial for our bodies.
And cheap peanut butters.
And
Your standard peanut butters. I won't name them because I don't want to get sued. But, the ones you don't have to open up and stir,
Yeah.
those ones are loaded with hydrogenated fats.
yeah.
They're actually really bad. When I make homemade dog food and treats and stuff, and it's one of the big things that they warn you, stay away from those peanut butters because they're bad.
Yeah, yeah. We did a cooking show several years ago with Kickin Cancer, and the lady came out with some peanut butter, and the first reaction we got when we first went out there was that, oh my gosh, she's going to use that peanut butter, and she says you don't want to use this because it does have those hydrogenated fats in it,
Yep.
right? And they're just your body cannot break those things down, but they're a whole lot easier to put in the peanut butters, like Mike was saying.
Right.
So you do want peanut butter that does have some level of oil on top of it, or some natural peanuts. Look at the products that are inside the peanut butter.
Should be basically just peanuts in the ingredients.
If it's all smooth, it's because there's no separation. The hydrogenation is what has made it, they think it makes it more marketable because it's more creamy and probably lazy too.
Yes.
I mean, I get tired stirring my peanut butter
So
sometimes.
it's easiest to flip it out with your knife and spread it out.
Of course, it goes back to that convenience thing, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Which is a lot of what our society has become, is very convenience oriented when it comes to food.
With
Lazy
everything.
River in the drive-through.
Yes.
Pick up some McDonald's.
Exactly.
Hey, what's wrong with the lazy river
Yeah.
at the hotel?
He's feeling attacked.
In the water.
Yeah, in the water.
Did you have a point you're looking at there, Mike?
Well, just kind of the levels of organic.
Okay.
There's something called it's 100% organic. Products certified as 100% organic, except for water and salt. So maybe they have whatever the water source is and the salt source. Plain old organic means it's 95% organic ingredients, with the remaining 5% consisting of non-organic approved substances. And these are all different label, right? Made with organic ingredients, these products must contain at least 70% organic ingredients, and then less than 70% organic, of course, is what that is. So there's different levels of organic.
Yeah.
So again, we have to be label readers and kind of we have to learn stuff. We can't be so damn lazy.
No. Yeah.
Well, and
Agreed.
to some degree, you can kind of pay for that label you're getting on your food when it comes to organic.
The pay-to-play thing.
Pay to play.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
So, I think a lot of this is just information the listeners probably aren't used to hearing, as what exactly are some of these terminologies and how they all play out. And Mike and I have had plenty of interesting discussions about this, so I thought he'd be a great source to bring in to add to these conversations.
No, I think it was really good. It was fun having we just kind of bantered and had a conversation about it all.
Yeah. Again, I'm no expert, but I'm an advocate.
Yeah.
Right.
I try to eat as much organic or non-GMO food as I can, and I care about the source. And I think if more of us cared about it, like you guys do, we'd have a healthier society. So let's just, as a whole, try to do that.
Well, and I think being aware of what we're eating and what we're putting in our body, and just having knowledge and the education about it, just it makes it easier and better for us all the way around. But we don't know. We don't think will kill us, but little do we know.
We don't know.
It will.
We don't know.
Right.
Know.
Yeah.
And just like we vote for our leaders, let's vote with our dollars on what we buy too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the more money spent on organic is going to drive the price down because it's supply and demand.
Yes. Okay.
So if we have a higher percentage of people buying organic food, it's going to drive that price down, and maybe it'll make the conventional, and I hate that euphemism, conventional, that's kind of like traditional medicine versus alternative.
Right.
You know, who came up with those switches?
They have
right?
it backwards.
Right. Exactly. So it's the same thing with conventional farming versus organic farming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and to your point on the cost, why is it that organic produce has the cost that it does to it, whereas you can get some fast food that is really inexpensive?
Yeah. Exactly.
Your dollars are what's paying for, you know, what you're getting.
Yes.
Because to spray a bunch of chemicals on it's cheaper than ladybugs, I guess.
Right, I guess so. Well, thank you so much for coming in and chatting
thanks for
with
having
us
me
and
again.
having
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
conversation.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yes. And we'll be back next week
As the movement continues.